Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. A slow day today, but still let's take a look at the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenario for ETH. They are both part of an overall bullish scenario in which the price should move higher into the, let's say, the mid or even high $4,000 region once, basically once this 1-2 setup is complete. And the third of a third wave should then take us into that mid $4,000 region. We start our analysis here on the 23rd of January. We can identify a first 5-wave pattern to the upside in this wave 1, which topped here around the, what day was it, on the 20th of February in wave 1. Then we had a wave 2 pullback, very shallow. I explained in detail in previous videos why the wave 2 is so shallow here. It simply has to do with the length of that wave 1, and there is basically no other, let's say, reliable way to position that wave 1 really. I mean, not really, and this is a 5-wave move. It's just that in bullish markets, sometimes pullbacks are extremely shallow. And I mean, the alternative is that all of this here is wave 1. Okay, this entire move up is a wave 1. And this entire move down would be a wave 2, but that's absolutely not required. And it's also not very likely, because then what I have labeled here as alternative wave 1, it would be too long to be reliable. So it's only the alternative. I primarily follow the white scenario. So in the white count, we already completed our 1-2 setup. We are now in this larger third wave. You see it, the label up here. And in an ideal world, that third wave is also a 5-wave move. So overall, and that's why this is an overall bullish thesis or structure, we have another wave 1 here to the upside, might have topped, we're going to talk about that, then a wave 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be the, let's say, ideal structure, that we get another, not necessarily deep, but at least a clear wave 2. And then from there, we can start a third of a third wave rally to the upside. Now let's zoom in a little bit. There's one important level to mention, and then we take a look at the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenarios. If the price continues to climb without even, a nice and clear wave 2, and we break above 3,741 and we sustain there, and we don't get a wave 2 beforehand, no clear wave 2 beforehand, well, I would have to assume that we are already in the midst of that third of a third wave rally. There are certain markers on charts, certain Fibonacci levels, when we know the sentiment has shifted in a way that we do not need to or cannot expect anymore a wave 2 as it's shown here on the chart. Okay, so it's the $3,741 level. So when we then look at the chart here, you can see that in the short-term bullish scenario, we could possibly still be in this wave 5 of 1. So wave 1 might still be in the making, and I can justify that as long as we're holding below 3,741, because a move above it, again, if sustained, means we're already in the third of a third wave, and this 1-2 possibly already was down here, right? Just much smaller, or maybe this was already here, our wave 2, just again, tiny, tiny, tiny. So in the short-term bullish scenario, within this scenario, the wave 5 of 1 could still be unfolding, possibly as an ending diagonal. We might get a few squiggles higher, and that could happen, for example, in an ending diagonal, where this wave 5 is, an ending diagonal, and we're dealing with, one second. So 4, and then 1, 2, and then maybe A, B, C in wave 3, 4, 5. So it could get a few squiggles higher. This is a valid assumption as long as the red line is holding at $3,303. So that's our short-term bullish scenario. Below $3,300, however, we are in the short-term bearish case, which is the blue count, in which the C wave to the downside is already unfolding, and we could test in this wave 2. Basically, the wave 1 would then finish here, somehow, or even here. And then this would be an A, B, C. And in this scenario, we should test probably the area around $3,178 or $3,104. And from here, then we can look for a maybe reversal in a third wave rally. So just need to watch then in this region for potential reactions. The main support is $3,000. Any break below it would likely send us into the alternative wave count, but it's currently not preferred. That's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.